Orale, Cholo Trucker Mas movies and shows. And here we got Mel Gibson in the movie On the Line. I have never, ever, ever heard of this movie before. Never. I was just, scrolling through Netflix and I went ahead and saw it, read a little of the description, saw the trailer and said, okay, this looks interesting. Let me go ahead and check it out. Now, this movie came out in 2022. It's an hour and 44 minutes long. You can find this movie on Netflix, YouTube, Google Plays, Movies and TV, Fandango at Home, Amazon Prime Video. Let me go ahead and read the description. A provocative and edgy radio host must play a dangerous game of cat and mouse with a mysterious caller who's kidnapped his family and is threatening to blow up the whole station. All right, Rotten Tomatoes has this movie at 20%. 20%? Rotten Tomatoes scored this one 20%, 2-0. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, heck no, dog. Let me go ahead and tell you guys. This movie is really good, man. Okay. I may almost say that it's great. Almost. All right. It's not great, but it's really good. Especially for a movie with Mel Gibson that I never heard of this movie before, ever. I don't know if anybody else has, but I've never heard of this movie. I never knew this movie existed. So let me go ahead and tell you guys. Basically, the description pretty much tells you what the movie's about, right? Um, he's a radio show host who works nights. His show actually starts at 12 at midnight. He's there on his birthday, again, his birthday being that next day, which the next day starts at midnight, the same time his show starts, right? So he says bye to his family. He goes to the radio station, and now you got all the radio people that work there at that late at night. And he is the guy. He is the man. He is the voice of midnight, late night radio, and everybody kind of knows him. He's a little bit of a celebrity. He's the one. I mean, when it comes to radio, at that late at night, and it being talk radio as well, you're pretty well known for the people that are up that late. Now, what I do like about it is that they're actually pretty realistic, where they're like, hey, you know what? Listen, you got to be more on social media. And he's kind of more of an old school guy. He's all like, look, I don't really do social media. We'll just keep on going with what works. And they're telling them like, no, it's not working. Podcast and TikTok and all this other platforms, they're all taking over. Radio is becoming a thing of the past. And in reality, in a way, it kind of is. Just me personally, I listen to a lot more podcasts today than I do radio. Once upon a time, I used to listen to a heck of a lot more radio than I did podcasts. But now I do listen to radio here and there, but it's nowhere near to the time that I spend listening to podcasts. But nonetheless, so he's going through that. He's trying to make it a little bit more edgy, trying to say, like, man, how can I go ahead and, bring in the fan base and all? Um, with that, he does get callers at night. Now, I, being a truck driver myself, having to work, at some odd hours years ago, you do turn on some talk radio that late at night, and you do get some oddball callers, man. You do, which kind of made it pretty entertaining, at least for myself. So that's kind of what he deals with. Um, and basically, he finds out, he gets a caller who calls in that is talking to him, saying like, hey, you know what, I'm over here in Pasadena, I'm over here, I'm gonna hurt this person by hurting his family. And at this time, Mel Gibson has no idea that he's talking about he himself, which I'm not spoiling the movie because that's pretty much what the description is pointing out. And once he realizes, like, holy smokes, it's my family. Now the movie becomes that cat and mouse game that the description was talking about. This guy wants Mel Gibson to jump through hoops, play a game of truth or dare live on the radio. He's all like, look, you do not come off air, okay? That is one of the rules. You do not get off air. You leave it on air all night while I have you jumping through hoops throughout the radio station, playing this game of truth or dare. Have you cheated on your wife? I know the truth, so you better not lie. all these kind of things, and it's going throughout the radio waves, man. It is a pretty damn thrilling, exciting movie. And what really makes this movie that good, like throughout the movie, it's good, it's interesting, don't get me wrong. But what really, really makes the movie good is the ending. The ending just, I mean, the story was so capturing that when the movie came to the last, heck, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, or 15 minutes, I would say, I was like, holy smokes, like, whoa, wow. Like it was one of the most surprising endings in a movie than I can remember in a long, long time. I mean, there's a couple of movies that come to my mind, like The Usual Suspects, or like the movie Basic with John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. This movie, the way it ended, was just incredible. And that to me made the movie really good. Before the ending, yeah, sure, the movie's capturing is thrilling. It kind of got you thinking a little bit like, wow, this guy's a step ahead. And man, this guy, planted a lot for Mel Gibson to do around the radio station and all, man. And he's got his wife and he's got his kid, and he has to do these things and play these games. If not, this guy might kill his wife and daughter. So it is just a damn interesting movie. And the ending, I gotta clap, man, and just say bravo, bravo to what an incredible ending to a good movie that has a great ending. I'll put it to you guys like that, man. But I really do recommend this movie. I've never heard of this movie. I never heard anybody bring up this movie. What a great job. Mel Gibson does an impeccable job in this movie. Badass. I like this movie. I highly recommend it. That is On the Line. Cholo Trucker, M.A.S. Movies and Shows. Catch you guys on next one.